Welcome back to Pick Central. It is myself, Big Ev, and Megan making money today. Today's episode is presented by Omaha Steaks. Spring is in the air, and that can only mean one thing: spring grilling. The steak experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to spring into something delicious with their semi-annual sale. With 50% off site-wide, grab all your favorites like perfectly aged, tender steaks, ocean fresh seafood, juicy burgers, air-chilled chicken, desserts. And when you go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code PICKS at checkout, you'll get an additional $30 off your order. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, use code PICKS at checkout, and take advantage of this deal. Again, visit omahasteaks.com, use code PICKS at checkout. Minimum order may be required, and you get additional $30 off. You saw me at Omaha Steak. It was juicy. It was fucking delicious. I absolutely loved it. Go get them, especially the weather's getting nicer in New York, so it is definitely grilling time. All right, guys, how we doing? How are you guys?
I'm feeling good. Go ahead, Megan, you go first. Ladies first. My apologies.
I'm great. I was just about to say, I've been thinking about that steak since you ate it, Marty. Like the juice coming off of it, I'm like,
very good.
Damn. Like, I'm still jealous that I wasn't in office.
Ev?
I feel good. I think now is kind of the time where I'm trying to really try to like lock and figure out what I'm going to take for the Final Four, even though it's only Saturday. It's even though Saturday's a few days away, but
it's Wednesday.
The wheels are starting to get turning.
No, yeah. So I've locked in one game.
Locked in, plays sealed.
It's sealed. Done.
You gonna say what it is?
I'm going to right now because I was toying with it back and forth. And I was like, if I keep doing this, I'm going to go against myself. And I've actually been pretty good this March, so I want to fucking just put it in. Miami money line.
All right, let's ride.
Yep, because
I like it too.
UConn is obviously such the easy play where, what are they, plus 24 right now of the speeding the spread, or it's something crazy? Average of 24.
They average.
They've 23, I think.
They've covered every spread. I think they've averaged covering by like 17 or something like that.
Which is outrageous. But I just want to point out, and this is not doing anything against UConn, because UConn has been unbelievable. They're the best team left in the tournament.
I already know what you're going to say, and that's why I like Miami money line too.
What? I would like.
They played Iona, St. Mary's. I mean, like Miami, literally. Like, how many brackets do you think they busted beating Houston in the third round?
I don't
that I care about brackets, but no one thought that they were. We thought that they could beat Houston, but not a lot of people did.
Yeah, because everyone, again, the ACC sucks, all this stuff. But, the ACC might have been down, but Miami was good all year. They would beat the shit out of teams at home. People are scared about that. But like you just said, yeah, UConn beat Iona. It's Iona. They should beat them. St. Mary's it's St. Mary's. And they basically, UConn played the WCC, and they blew through them. But not even the teams they played. The matchups that they had, against Gonzaga,
and then Arkansas.
Against Arkansas as well, the matchups favored them so much because their guard play is great, but Sanogo absolutely dummied both of those because Timmy didn't even cover Sanogo during that because he can't, because he's just too weak, honestly, and Sanogo just did whatever he wanted in both of those games because Arkansas, they didn't miss against Arkansas as well. But I just think that Miami is a team where they can keep up with them completely and give problems to Sanogo, because everyone talks about Nigel Pack, everyone talks about Wong. Jordan Miller is fucking outrageous. And if he's the X factor and he's going, I think that they can beat them because let's face it, when we were watching Big Ev, Texas, Miami, Miami, we thought they were kind of dead at one point. Not dead, but it was just Texas was kind of rolling. And then all of a sudden a flip switched and Miami just went berserk on the court.
Well, I mean, the thing with Miami is they just have so many guys that can go off on a given night where you've seen guys like Pack go 7 for 10 from 3, and then a guy like Jordan Miller the last game have 30. Like, I think he was like almost 80% from the field. Like, didn't miss a free throw. They just have so many guys they can beat you with that I think they almost make it. Like, I am worried about UConn, the fact that, like, they're Omar, his last name is hard to say. It's O-M-I-O.
I know what you mean.
Norchad Omir.
Omir. Great player, but he's like an undersized big man, but he's pretty athletic. And Houston's got a ton of big guys. And that was who I was worried about. They did a good job there. They did kind of catch a break with Texas. They'd have to play Disu. That's the one thing I'm worried about in the matchup. But they played other big men, and it hasn't really mattered that much. So
that's where
they've given me some confidence in that aspect.
I'm gonna say, like, Sonogo's better than Derek Lively right now for sure. But he played Lively 3 times this year, or twice because he got hurt that once. But Lively's 7-1. Ebo, give me Omir's.
Omir's like 6'7", 6'8".
Oof. All right, that's a little because he played again, but that's what also helps my point. He played against Lively, who's 7-1, and he is
6'7".
6'7". Sonogo's 6'9". So it's not crazy, but they're both athletic, which helps him, and he's also stronger than like a Drew Timmy.
For sure. No, I would think he could defend him better than Timmy for sure. It's just the height that we're like. Sonogo is great. Sonogo, I mean, he's done well against pretty much everybody.
What are you laughing at?
So Sonogo's from my ends. Have you? I don't know in your picks analysis, have you considered Ramadan? It's Ramadan time.
We have.
Okay.
He's played very well through it.
Well, didn't Hurley was on PMT and he said he didn't know until like right before the game or the night before the game that Ramadan was happening?
He said that he also like lost sleep because he's like, this guy can't have a drink of water. So, this is what they were saying about him because the game is at what, 9:30 on Saturday?
Houston, yeah.
At night?
Yeah, so it's
so you're good.
But it's at 8:30 there, so it's probably gonna be around 9.
An hour to break.
So he's good.
Yeah, you're good.
Because then he can. But does
what
that
are the
mean
exact rules? Sorry, I don't know.
you can't eat or drink during
until sunset?
Sunset.
Okay.
So it's like 7, I believe.
So, but the thing is, though, does that mean he's going to be fucking chowing down right before the game, might not digest well? Because before these games, it was in Vegas, so the games were at 4:30, 5:30. He was drinking nothing and nothing with not drinking any water either.
Do IVs count?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think you can.
IVs and IV, because I mean, that would technically you're not drinking or eating, but you're still getting nutrients.
I mean, what if he just like bulks up, has a big ass meal before, like a really big meal before Ramadan even starts? Is that like
what?
Like before he's not allowed to eat anything at all.
He's not allowed to eat anything that day, like during the day, no matter.
That's what I'm saying. So like the day before, just
he's not allowed to. Like he can eat at night. It's still gonna be 24 hours till the next day.
Yeah, that's tough.
I mean, he's been playing through it.
So
he's played already 2 games where it's been a factor and he hasn't bothered him.
Have you ever done Ramadan?
No, I'm not a Muslim, but I do have family.
I don't know. You say it's by you. I don't know what that means.
No. I mean, I have family that are Muslim.
So I said this because, like, in college, it's way different. But I would drink the night before heavily, so I was wildly hungover, so I wouldn't focus on baseball. I'd focus on just being okay, just don't throw up, and I would play better.
So I would say that for him, that'd be a horrible idea.
But I'm not saying drinking. He's focusing on, like, hey, I can't eat all day. He's not even really focusing on, like, he's just playing loose out there. He's not nervous about the game. He's like, I can't fucking eat. I can't worry about this basketball game.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. I feel like the nerves come into play too, because like anytime I'm about to do something like a little bit anxiety ridden, it's like I'm not trying to eat. Like I'm like shaking a water up to my face, like trying to get that down. So, you know, maybe he's just one of those guys that doesn't need like a big ass meal before he plays.
Yeah.
Also, I was going to say, obviously, these are the biggest games he's played in his career. But if you think about it, he's had to deal with this like probably almost every year of his like basketball career.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I imagine these are not his first games playing under Ramadan.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's had to like in high school or maybe not high school, it's late, but like earlier in college or like AAU type stuff. I don't know. Like I would imagine he's had to play through it before. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I'm just curious. I don't remember. What was the Miami-Indiana spread? Was Miami favored or were they dogs in that game?
They were dogs.
Okay, so they've been dogs.
I think it was
every
like
game
one and a half
straight,
or 2,
right?
maybe.
Yeah, I think it was 2, and then Houston was 7, and then last one was 4.
So have they covered this entire
7.5 and then like
right?
4.5. Yeah.
Yeah, they covered everyone.
They've covered every game. So it's yep.
I believe 3 of the 4 teams are undefeated against the spread coming into this.
I was just curious.
Yeah, I think FAU. Oh no, FAU's now because they didn't cover against FDU.
Yeah, but the thing with Miami, what we talked about, we talked about UConn, who they played. Again, you have to play who you play. It's not like I hate when people say like, and especially in March, they didn't fucking pick the schedule. They picked their first schedule. They didn't pick this one. They played the teams and beat the shit out of them. Good for them. But Miami has played an absolute gauntlet.
For sure.
Indiana,
No doubt.
Indiana round of 32 is a tough game.
Everyone was picking them to lose to Drake.
Yeah.
They were like a 1 point.
They were losing by
they were
7 with
They were
7
a
minutes
2-point favorite versus Drake.
Yeah.
When we were in Columbus, everyone had Drake. I feel like besides like Dave and me, and I think you were on Miami.
I was on
too.
Miami too. Yeah.
But everyone else seemed like Drake was like such a trendy pick for that first round.
And then Indiana was like, okay, well, they can definitely beat Indiana, but Indiana's better, everyone said. They smoked them. And then Houston, 7-point dog, and they basically smoked them.
Yeah,
like they handled them easily. And then Texas, that's an absolute gauntlet of a
for sure.
hardest road.
I mean, that's why their odds were so crazy. Like I had taken the future like in February. Their odds were the same as it was in February as it was after like the second round.
Yeah.
Because they realized it'd have to be Houston, then probably Texas. And then,
Which made me feel so dumb for taking it early.
And then probably UConn to even just get to the national title.
Yeah, 100%. But that's why I'm going Miami money line. So we're all on that, us three.
I have the future.
I mean, I'm taking the 5.5 too, but
Oh yeah, we have a Alabama UConn fan in the back.
I don't think those exist.
We got another Jeff D. Lowe in the back, who went to a school but doesn't like their football, doesn't like their basketball.
That was a number 1 seed.
And yeah, both of them don't make sense to me. If you went to school, I'd be like, I'm probably gonna. My brother was a Duke fan growing up, all with me. My grandpa made us a Duke fan. He was a Duke fan growing up. He is now a Seton Hall fan because he went to Seton Hall. He went to a shitty fucking school, and he's still a fan of them.
But at least they have solid basketball.
No, it's solid basketball.
I mean, growing up, I was a Florida State football fan.
Yeah,
my dad, and then just Ohio. Well, obviously, Ohio State. It's over.
Yeah.
Real quick, shout out LSU and Kim Mulkey, Final Four. Let's go. Very excited about that.
What's she doing for the next fit? Her fit was doing like.
Oh, I don't know. She's
had their Twitter streets on fire.
She's gonna, it's gonna be something big.
That was bold for Elite Eight. Like that's a Final Four fit right there. Final Four must be insane.
Has she always dressed like that?
I believe. I mean,
I feel like that was.
At Baylor, she was a little bit more toned down, I think. But
I remember her wearing like this, like nice suits kind of thing. I feel like I remember, but
she's from Louisiana, and so like my favorite, her quote was the whole like, "I'm from Louisiana. We like sparkles, we like diamonds, we like Mardi Gras, we like to party, and I'll foot the bill." And I was like, "Yes, ma'am. Let's do it." Like I'm so excited.
Well, speaking of women's sports, real fast, Caitlin Clark she had the most viewed game.
That's
more than an NBA games
on
ESPN. Good for fucking her, because she is electric. I've watched her games. Because I do a podcast with Jordan Bohannon from Iowa, and he's like, bro, you got to watch. This girl is like insane in women's basketball. And then the fact that it was 2.3 million or something of Iowa against
who are they?
Louisville.
Louisville.
It is outrageous. Outrageous. She's about to make more money than anything.
She had a 40-point triple-double.
Yeah.
Hit
first ever.
8 threes.
First ever, and it was no one's ever done 30, and she did 40. She did 30 and 40.
Speaking of another crazy thing, not to get off topic, but the UAB game last night, I know that I lost that in an awful fashion.
I did as well. That mismatch. Jelly screwed us.
But Brewer with 30 points and only missing 3 of his shots. Like what kind of shit is that? That is the most insane performance I think I've ever heard of. Like he literally missed 3 shots his entire game.
Has
to be up there for one of the worst beats for having the over. Like not the way it really happened.
That we're talking about that was the first game.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was going Wisconsin. You're talking about UAB.
The Wisconsin game was awful too.
Yeah, it's completely missed that. But since I just said it, the Wisconsin one, they had 41 points. 41 points in the first half. The over was 115. So you're like, no matter what, how much did the other team have? How much North Texas have?
It was 41-29 at half.
41-29.
70 points.
You need
45,
46 points. Where Wisconsin just scored 41 themselves. You're like, you turn that shit off. You're watching the NIT. You don't want to watch it anyway. It's
they haven't done it all year, and randomly they're going to just like put up 41 in the first half.
Yes.
It's like, why?
They were unconscious from 3.
Unconscious. They were unbelievable. Dan Dakich. Was it Dan Dakich? No, it was he did the stupid thing about
it was Fran Fraschilla.
Fran Fraschilla with the all-time announcer jinx. With 15:09 to play, the total is 115 tonight. I think we're going to obliterate that number. The game went under by 5 points.
And this kid had
shout out Fran. I do know from Rico reports, right, that he said some bad stuff about 9/11. No,
he didn't support the troops.
I don't know. That's what Rico told me. I'm not sure what happened.
Apparently, he was shafted by the media, is what he.
So he got shafted by Rico.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got it. Because Rico told me that he hated like he
did hate him.
But then you guys squashed the beef, right?
I'm just go off of what Rico.
Okay, well Rico I think squashed the beef.
I was on the podcast, yeah, but I tried to tell him that, hey, Fran, this was the guy. The only reason people are still talking about this till today is because of Bosco.
Correct.
But
why do you think "squash the beef" is a term? I'm just like, does anyone know where it came from?
Oh, I don't know.
Because you can't really squash beef unless it's like cooked really well. You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just curious.
No,
sorry.
no, don't be sorry. It's a good. I was trying to think about it. I don't know. But yeah, that's just Wisconsin in a nutshell. And also, the game didn't just go under by 5. They lost. Like that's just a joke of a team.
It was having North Texas minus 1.5 and the under was unbelievable.
That's a game you just almost like just.
That's like a buy a lottery ticket after.
I'm not even gonna tweet right now. Just
I did it. I didn't even talk about it.
You can't talk about it because you obviously didn't deserve it, but it's fucking awesome when it happens.
Did you realize the stat?
I texted you about it.
Yeah, me and Megan texted about it. Wisconsin did not score for the last 9 minutes of the game.
Yeah, no, they do that.
Not a field goals. Didn't score a point.
Yeah, not even like
not
a
one
free
point
throw.
for 9 minutes and 8 seconds.
That's just like.
And they went to the line, I think, at least a couple times and went 0 for 2.
The thing with that, like Virginia can play like that because they've done it before. Wisconsin, man.
But North Texas is the same though.
Yeah.
They love to play slow.
That's why it's 115. 115 is one of the lowest totals ever. But yeah, no, that's a joke, an absolute joke of a thing. We'll talk about FAU.
I was gonna say, but look at Conference USA.
Conference USA is
they have a chance. They won the CBI, have now just guaranteed to win the NIT,
and have a chance
to win the national title. That'd be insane.
That's gotta be the first triple sweep, right?
They just swept it.
What is their one loss? Do you know?
Who's
is it Middle Tennessee?
What, in conference?
The Conference USA has one loss this postseason. Who is it? Is it Middle Tennessee?
It's someone at NIT.
Probably.
Because I mean they're not going to lose.
Yeah, it's got to be Middle Tennessee.
They're guaranteed the NIT.
I don't know what other team they would have had in a postseason tournament besides Middle Tennessee.
It's one of the craziest runs from a conference.
Insane.
Ever.
Yeah.
The Pac-12 that COVID year had like everyone reach the Sweet 16 or whatever.
When Oregon State made their run.
Yeah, this one's like insane.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Let's talk about FAU and San Diego State because we just talked about Miami. First, I just want Friday. I'm not going to be here, and Bosco took it upon himself to pay for his own way to go to Houston, so he can go probably jerk off a coach.
Numerous coaches.
Yeah, Jerry told me FAU denied him.
Really?
Yeah, Power Broker didn't break.
The phone's not working.
It didn't break this one.
You need to get into FAU? Come on.
Let me tell you, and everyone's saying I'm being hard on Rico. First of all, I don't give a fuck. He should be get hard on. I can do whatever I want to him. 2, he's back to himself. He looks happy, which I'm happy about. So we bust balls with him. So shut the fuck up. But yeah, he did bail on Friday. So I'm not sure what's going to happen for the show. But FAU, San Diego State. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. And I'm gonna bet FAU. I'm betting FAU. I think that's what I'm gonna do because FAU has been. I was gonna go against them in Kansas State, but I really did take them because of Bosco. I really did. That was like my actual main thing. But I just think that they can keep up with like the physicalness of physicality of San Diego State, I think they can keep up with.
I think I'm going to take San Diego State.
I think I am too, and I can't. I haven't decided. And this morning, I was looking, and I was like, man, because I kept going back and forth with that whole physicality thing, and FAU being smaller, and San Diego State having this very the continuity of all of their seniors, and I'm like, man, but this whole play small thing has been in my head for since Dave said it in Columbus, and then Rome brought it up and brought it into NBA, and now it's like all of a sudden. Are they too small? Are they going to win because San Diego State can't? I don't know. Maybe they're too big. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I like San Diego State though, I think, and I bet them already. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I like San Diego State.
Yeah, I just think the defense obviously for real. I think people kind of look at this how poorly Alabama shot against the 3 and Creighton shot against the 3. That's what they've done to teams all year. That's literally their bread and butter. That's how they win games. I don't think it's any kind of fluke. I think they're the real deal. I think they've proven that at this point. I just think it's one of those kind of defense with championships things. In the NBA, you don't always see that, but I think this is just at a lower level. I think their defense will win and will prevail. And there are a ton of seniors. They're big physically, a lot of perimeter defenders, and they have guys. Each game they've had at least one guy that has stepped up and scored where they've needed. Whether it was Trammell in the Bama game, it was Butler in this last game. They have guys that can. I mean, Bradley's been horrific, but they've still been they've kept him out there. He's been playing good defense still.
He sucks.
He's their lead. He's crazy. The leading scorer. He just can't hit. He's just so off right now.
Hated him.
Maybe he figures it out. Go to a new core. I don't know. Maybe he's got a few days off, get some jump shots in to try to find the stroke.
Find the stroke.
They've been winning without him playing just horrifically. So if he can find anything, I think that gives him a huge boost.
So the thing go Megan.
I'll just say fun stat really quick. San Diego State is 23-0 when making 32 or when getting 32 rebounds plus. So the number is 32. They hit that. They're 23-0. So
that's a good stat.
And they should have the advantage there. I mean, obviously FAU has the big man.
FAU doubled the K-State's rebounds. It was 44 to 22 was the split or something crazy. They just out rebounded the shit out of K-State.
They attacked the glass. I just like the way they play. And Dutcher, I said this the last time. They're not a dog this time, but he's been just unbelievable as a coach when he has multiple these long stretches to prepare. I think that's huge too. He's just a good tournament coach. I know they haven't made these big runs. We talked about yesterday. We got screwed a couple of years ago. His best team was the COVID year, but I mean this year obviously they're Final Four. I don't know. I just all things considered, I just think I trust them a little bit more.
Yeah. So this is what I was thinking about because a lot of people are misinformed. Where they're all these mid-major teams they stick together longer. They do this. FAU starts the big man's a sophomore. One of their guards, I think, is a freshman, and the rest are their starters are one junior and sophomores and freshmen. Mm-hmm. So it's not like they're all like San Diego State where they're all seniors. So
most of them, yeah.
The San Diego State, I think, has 7 seniors and 2 juniors.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, I think 7 or 8. I think 8 even maybe seniors.
They're all
crazy.
So it's that is a advantage. It just is because the chemistry, they know each other more. But FAU also, listen, both of these teams have had tough roads as well, kind of. FAU has played a defensive team in Tennessee as well. Yep. So, that's another team that they scored 62, but they kept Tennessee to a low number. That's why, they've had experience with it. And also, the crazy thing is that May just did not want to take this FAU job at all. Did you see that story?
I saw bits. I didn't see the whole thing. I saw something about it.
It was basically I didn't read it all because I don't like to read the full story. It just takes some time and I don't care. But the FAU coach May, he supposedly went to FAU and saw the facility and was like, this is the last place I want to coach because it's such bad facilities and someone, forget who it was, basically convinced him I'm telling you stay, things will work out. And now he's here, and he's probably going to either get a lot of money there, or he's going to get he's probably going to get a better job.
Yeah, it was. I actually saw 2. It was. I think there's already. I can't remember if it was him or not. I think it was. That there's 2 jobs that One job is waiting for. Now it's Utah Valley's coach. They lost last night. That Cal wants Mark Madsen.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I saw was another like a pretty big job that it's waiting. I can't remember right now. That I thought it was for that they're waiting for Dusty May essentially for a season end.
Big job?
Like a Power 5 job. Maybe it was either him or Andy Kennedy, but I think it was him though.
Huh.
I don't know. I can't remember though right now. I remember the one was Cal for Madsen. I forget what the other one was.
Speaking of coach, I think it was what's his name? Kim English?
Yep.
He just played a player that went on from Providence that went into the transfer portal and played him one-on-one. If he beat him, he took him out of the transfer portal, and now he's out of the transfer portal and back.
Yeah, but I mean,
there's just no way it's true.
No, obviously.
That's what I'm saying. Like these people online, like, look at him, look at this guy. There's no way this fucking guy just said, "I'm playing you one-on-one, coach, to get out of this to stay at Providence."
If I beat you, you have to stay.
But that is what coaches need to do because
be a lot cooler.
every single coach in America lies to these 17-year-old kids when they're recruiting them to come to their school. They lie nonstop to get them. That's just a fact. Everyone knows
of course. I mean, anyone's
have to.
They
it's
say
just like what Tobin Anderson did. I'm telling you that these fucking whoever they were playing that second round wasn't talk. FAU wasn't talking about them, and he overheard them. It just wasn't a real story. Just a fact.
Why are you always going at Tobin? Why is
I text. I'm like Rico. I text Tobin. We're friends. I'm just saying that's a good. No, I think I was giving him credit. That's a good coach.
When you texted with Tobin?
Yeah.
When?
Yesterday.
About what? Just what's up, coach?
You're coming on the podcast.
There's been a lot of Tobin.
No, but I think that makes you a good
been
coach.
One guy that's been behind Tobin, all the way. Actually, two. Dave has been as well.
I think that makes you a good coach.
Dave
lying makes you a good coach. That's just a fact.
But I mean, they just
motivate.
I was thinking of bring these guys. I thought you were going more the recruiting route.
No, I am.
I didn't think you were going the false motivation route.
No, that was what Tobin did. But I'm saying I
think he heard it.
I don't think he heard it.
I believe him.
But yeah, I thought that Kim English has he can do no wrong right now because of the way Cooley handled it and how much. Because usually when a coach leaves like a very good job, like how Cooley has been at Providence, very beloved, it's very hard to step into the guy's shoes. But when now they all hate him, he's stepping up and he can do whatever the fuck he wants and people are gonna love him.
Well, he could lose and people won't love that.
Well, I'm saying right now, like what he did yesterday is like, oh, this guy's the best. Look at him.
But now, like, has Cooley set the bar like
real high,
decently high? So I mean,
I think real high.
Like you're basically expecting to be in the top like 5 of the Big Ten not Big East every year.
Yeah, no, I think real high.
Already they're losing guys. Like he's already bringing some of their recruits.
So I saw
swapping them to Georgetown.
That's what I wanted to see what you guys thought of. What do you think that Cooley? So he recruited a 4-star to go to Providence. He committed, and then Cooley still talked to him after, and he decommitted and went to Georgetown. Does that? I weirdly that makes sense. You do usually recruit for a coach.
I mean, I thought it was like a given.
Yeah, I thought that just happened. People were really mad.
I figured he's gonna get most of his recruits to switch.
Yeah, because
you know how many people switched after like Brian Kelly was announced as our coach, like because they did the whole like Orgeron fitting like the culture down here. Like we had so many people. Dakota's Crawford, come back, son, come here. We need you back.
I will say though, it is crazy though how this shit works out now because like look at St. John's. St. John's. Basically, they all have to transfer because he's like, I don't want these guys. Like that's just such a shitty thing where you're like there for 3. Like Posh Alexander is transferring. He's been there I'm
a big Posh guy.
I'm a big Posh guy.
I'm surprised he wouldn't want him.
Yeah, I think it's just he's been there. They haven't been winning, so I understand why not wanting him and wanting these guys. But it's like, just like because your coach got fired, all of a sudden you got to leave now too.
I mean, you know what? No, you know what? I'm not gonna. You know what? Patino's bringing his luggage, and it's Louis.
Yeah.
What's been there? It ain't Louis.
No, facts. I like that 100%. I'm with.
He kept Soriano. He named him the captain.
Yeah, no, that it makes sense.
There clearly are pieces that he's handpicking the pieces he wants to stay.
He's got to keep some of them.
No, I mean having a big guy like that in college is huge.
But the thing is,
he's thinking in his head like we got to need a guy that's going to defend the Sinogos and Kalkbrenners and all that. You need a big man.
The transfer portal this year is fucking crazy. It's getting crazier and crazier where it's like big fucking names are leaving.
Huge names for sure.
I mean, Caleb Love leaving.
Epps from Illinois are just
First
said
of
he's
all,
leaving.
First of all,
He said he might go to Georgetown.
We did a podcast, and did you see like Jack Mack? There was millions and millions of views about Caleb Love and RJ Davis about something with a girl. One of them took their girl or whatever. And listen, I've been in the game of where there's rumors happening, and you can't stop them, and they're not true. I understand that, but when it's millions and millions of views, I understand other people talking about it. So we mentioned it on the podcast, and fucking Goodblum, what Dave calls him, texted Jordan Bohannon like a dad, being like, "Oh, do you know any of the facts? You should delete this." No. First of all, and second of all,
Goodman's a fucking loser.
Yeah, he texted him being like, "You should delete this. Do you have any facts?" It's like, bro, shut the fuck up.
These hardo journalists are so annoying.
And they think, and he thinks
they're like almighty, like
yeah.
Like anyone that texts someone for something that you put online and being like, "Bro, take that down,"
and then you don't work for them. Like you don't work with us. He also told me that I'm making Hunter make bad decisions and ruining his draft stock. Yeah. That's Brandon Miller almost killed. Like, I was allegedly with a fucking murder, and they're drafting him 3 overall. Shut the fuck up. I hate when people get in other people's business, being like, "You're doing this wrong."
Your fault.
Yeah, but anyway, Caleb Love transferred. Wonder why he transferred.
And RJ Davis is staying.
Wonder why. Little turmoil in the locker room. You fucking idiots.
I wonder where a guy like him's gonna land.
He can go probably wherever he wants. I love this.
You'd be surprised though, because like a guy like him, like I mean, it depends like what you got on your roster already. Like I would think a lot of teams would want him, of course, but it's high volume guy.
It's funny to see like when Ross team will do now, where it's like Caleb Love has heard from, and it's like 45 teams.
I've been seeing those tweets,
and it's such a lie too, where it's like some people just don't. There's no way they all reached out. But they could have. They definitely could have. But
when I just look and just see if there's Ohio State.
Yeah, I always look.
And the one that I've seen, it was so annoying, and it would be the most Ohio State thing for this could be the guy that transfers. It was Joe Girard.
Oh my god!
I was like, I don't want fucking.
That's
Girard.
The last guy. He doesn't play a lick of defense.
I don't want Girard at all.
The guy, Duke who was in the Oregon guy. Did you see the Oregon guy? I forget
the big man.
Yeah, he's transferring. Who's very good. Which
the freshman, yeah,
I think makes sense because like he can go to these, bro. That's where these transfer portal. Like what's his name from Arizona too?
Carissa.
Carissa left as well. Where it's like that one makes no sense to me. Which is that one like Arizona, you can get drafted from there. I don't know.
You also was funny. Our guy Papa Shot guy was in yesterday. Big Arizona fan. He hates him.
Maybe that's why he left.
He was glad he's gone. He was glad he's gone.
Fuck pizza.
Not a fan of his at all.
That sucks. But yeah, no, portal, people get mad about the portal. I think that like Hunter literally is in the decision right now. Should he try and go pro to, I know people will say China or G League or wherever he's
going to say overseas. Let's go make some money, baby.
But he's got 2 more years left.
Nah, come to Ohio State.
So, yeah, he'll never do that.
I'm going to text him after this and be like, yo.
But, like, I was talking to him, which I like with our podcast, but it's like you get in the mind, like, when I was 21 years old, I was just trying to think, like, where I'm going to the next bar, what bar I'm thinking. I got out of college. I work in a job making $30,000. I'm like, oh, my life is beautiful. I'm living at home. These kids, like, these transferring shit is a very big impact on your life of where you can either set your family up for life after this or you make a bad decision and you're fucked. It's either one.
Well, and I mean, not even like going even a little further than that too, just like just when you go to these schools, part of the negotiation is like NIL.
Yeah.
Like you're talking to all these teams, you're basically fielding offers essentially.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's really not even like a lot of it, like some of it is endorsements, but these colleges, people don't understand. It's really these colleges are just setting up like LLCs.
Yeah,
they just have like basically just like I guess slush funds, not the word because it's legal, but it's just basically just these funds of just accounts with money just to like pay recruits essentially.
Yeah, no, it's
that simple, and just basically just call it like it's just
20
your company.
And it's also like, and people get mad online when they leave. It's like, these kids are 22, 21, 20. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing, but they also do know what they're doing. And they, like a Hunter, to be honest, this is, and he's told me nothing. I'm not like saying anything, but you got to look at your roster. You also got to look at another roster, and will this make me get maybe my name into more draft boards? Like, because one team's playing in NIT, one plays in the Elite Eight, you're getting way more eyes on you. Like,
sure.
I guarantee Noel gets a lot more of he'll get a bigger opportunity somewhere because of what he did.
Absolutely.
And he wouldn't have if that team. Yeah, but he wouldn't have if they lose in the first round. Like, that tournament really does do a lot of things where, I don't know, you got to look at the people's rosters and where you can go. If Hunter did transfer though, I think every team in the country would.
I mean, he's definitely an impact player. He could go anywhere.
And we're looking at the teams left, right? Like, everyone, we always say, like, when your team is just big man heavy, your team sucks. Always does. But every team left has amazing guards and a good big.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. Like, it's amazing. You can't have mid guards or just good guards and a really good big. Purdue just doesn't work. It just never does. It could work sometimes, but it just does. When your main guy is a big man, it doesn't usually work in any basketball today. NBA doesn't. Obviously, there's like 4 bigs left. College basketball doesn't usually work. If you put him in a system of really good guards, that team's unstoppable. But I think that's enough college basketball today. I want to talk about NFL real quick. But before that, I want to talk to you guys about Busker whiskey. Busker whiskey is the best. I've had the bottle itself in my hand, and it's fucking awesome. Triple cast, triple smooth, extraordinary smoothness. Find the Busker in store. The new to world Irish whiskey is born out of a modern Ireland where the contemporary and bold meet the traditional. The Busker offers authenticity of a top-quality Irish whiskey while also bringing a disruptive approach to the industry with their modern, straightforward look and feel, which goes beyond the Irish whiskey category. Be bold or bust with Busker, and find the Busker in stores. Find the Busker in stores. Again, I've had it. It's smooth. I think a lot of things, if you're a liquor company or a Irish whiskey, whatever you are, the bottle is big. You held the bottle, no?
Oh, yeah, very nice bottle.
It's sleek.
Yep.
Good little, I like the green of it because it's Irish and it feels good in your hand. Go get the Busker in stores right now. Before we get to football, did you guys see that the best player in the world in baseball makes $4 million off of endorsements?
I did. Well, Trout.
Yeah, Mike Trout. That is a joke.
It's no doubt. It's also, I mean, partially.
I don't feel bad for the guy. That's what I'm not talking about. That.
We talked about this. He doesn't have pizzazz.
It's partially his fault for sure.
Partially his fault, but do we not? Maybe we don't know he has pizzazz because they're not marketing him well. Is that
so? The one thing I will say is I remember this kind of getting some buzz around Twitter as well. Last summer, when they would have him on Sunday Night Baseball, they mic guys up and like even just in the outfield or in the dugout. He's a personal, like, he's a Jersey guy. Like, he's a personal guy. Yeah. Like, he was, like, breaking balls with them. They even asked him about the fantasy football thing. Mm-hmm. And he kind of was, like, he didn't say a ton of it, but he was, like, cracking jokes about it. Like, you can tell he's just, like, a normal, like, just, like, a guy's guy. Like, he's a good, like, seems like a regular dude. Pretty, like, just, like, a guy you would grow up with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, where I think he almost gets a bad rap because no one markets him well. Like, I don't.
Well, it's just it's being the West Coast hurts.
Yeah,
like especially him being a Jersey guy. Imagine if he played for if he played for the Yankees or the Mets, like the Phillies or
can you zoom in on that real fast?
Somebody Northeast. Like that'd be huge.
So endorsements, Max Scherzer, like so.
Ohtani's doing well.
That's just Japan.
That's Japan. Yeah.
So like that's Japan though. Like Japan cares. They market him. He's a star in Japan.
But if you look at that though, then it really seems like it's more baseball. Because like Judge only having 4 is pretty crazy.
But that's what I'm saying too. It's just baseball.
The disparity between him and the rest is
crazy.
It's insane.
You're just being a star and
like Aaron Judge
owns a country.
Aaron
not only
Judge
owns a country, owns a massive country.
Is a top 3 in people's eyes, top 3 Major League Baseball player for the New York Yankees, and he's making He's making $4 million
endorsements,
and
especially a guy coming off a 60 home run season.
It's just like why?
And he's like he's obviously isn't like he's got like a pretty good personality too, but he's not like Mr. Pizzazz. Like he's not super out there.
Who has the most endorsements? You think like not just like baseball, like football, overall sports? Like who do you think? Is it like LeBron? Like is he?
If you count the sneakers, LeBron. Because I think his Nike contract's worth over $1 billion.
Yeah, LeBron. It's definitely LeBron.
It's a lifetime over $1 billion.
I'm thinking like Ebo, can you?
It's basketball.
Can you maybe look up real quick like a top 10 golfers endorsements?
Pretty good endorsement deals.
Even I remember like Harden's like Adidas deal was like over $200 million.
It's basketball
if you have your own sneaker, some of these I was RIP like Kobe, but even like LeBron, obviously like Durant, like the Lillard's got his own shoe, like Kyrie, even like I think Tatum has his own shoe now. Lillard has his own shoe. Like if you got your own shoe, these are big contracts, huge contracts.
Yeah, it's definitely the shoe. So what's this?
Actually, I remember when
Okay, so Tiger.
Oh yeah, the golfers definitely do a lot of.
That makes a lot of sense.
They literally their endorsements are more than their like actual.
That's what I'm saying. Where it's like. That is so much money just off of endorsements on there. And I know it's just one person and you can put it on them and like they can wear it. But baseball there's just not, that's why there's no one cares about baseball because of these players. The best players in baseball, I guarantee some people can't even name.
You know what the biggest endorsement is in baseball that I've noticed, and I think if you watch like local broadcasts, it's the windshield commercial.
Yeah,
that's the number one. That's the number one sponsorship going.
But there's some like very good baseball players that some people would be like,
I think the part of it too is like baseball is very regional. Whereas like football, like you watch all the football games, even basketball, like you watch like the stars and stuff like that, like. Baseball, you watch if you're not really gambling on it, you're not like a die-hard baseball fan, which there's very few at this point.
Baseball is just a syndicated TV show, like I was telling Zod. It's just like Jeopardy.
Yeah, like you watch
it's on 7 o'clock every night in prime time.
Bingo.
Yeah.
It's
true.
It's true. From here, you get home, you watch the Yankees. You're from wherever you go watch.
Football is always going to be king because it's basically one day, and it doesn't take a lot of brain power to watch. I cannot sit there and watch 2 games of baseball a night because it will be 9 hours of my day. But now I was talking about the new rules. These new rules aren't going to bring new people in. I don't think it brings new people in. I think if anything, it's just going to drive some purist out. And I don't know. I just don't think I'm going to hear if I'm not a fan of baseball. I'm like, oh, there's a pitch clock. Like I don't think that's bringing me.
I would say, as a pitcher, what do you think of the new balk rule?
I mean, I think they'll get used to it pretty quick. I mean, Clemmer talked about it. They've done it they've been doing it in AAA, and it hasn't really been an issue.
I was talking more from Marty, but as Marty's a pitcher, like as many times, you're right-handed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just out of curiosity, would that fuck you up?
Yeah, I think it definitely will. I think a lot of things.
And mentally too.
Yeah, I think a lot of things fuck it up because think about this, right? Why does the runner now get so much of an advantage over the pitcher? Where if you're a runner, right, and the clock is going to be behind the home plate probably to see what the clock is. When the clock gets to 2, that runner should just take off because they know that they're going to basically go home after that. Yeah, like that's just a big advantage for a runner.
But think about honestly, if you. It's kind of almost hit me now a little bit, but it's kind of common sense as well. Think about every sport. Like, think about baseball. Or not, think about, like, football, basketball. Now, baseball's catching up. What have they done over the last 15, 20 years? They've made it easier on the offense.
Yeah.
Like, it's about time they caught up. Like, football, the whole thing. We need points. Basketball, offense, we need points. Score. Like,
that's basically all they want. And that's all they want.
It's about time it shined a little more towards the hitter. Like, it was with when I know people are getting mad about the shifts and you talk about the purists. purists, if they say they're gonna like stop watching no matter what happens, they're full of shit.
Yeah, no, they are.
If you're a purist, you're watching baseball no matter what the fuck they do. They can start every inning with a runner on second base. They're gonna keep
I think
watching.
I think it's gonna be chaos to start the season, and some stupid shit's gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
but
for
then,
sure.
Then it's gonna be normal. It's just like baseball just stopped the NL having a DH, which needed to happen, but people love that now.
But the thing is, when it happens though, there's gonna be like a little outrage, but it's not like they made up the rule yesterday. Like you knew the rule. You had all spring training to work on. Like you knew it was a thing. Like when it happens, people shouldn't act surprised. Like they just made up the rule like on the spot, and you're like, "What the fuck's going on?" You knew you had a clock. Like throw the ball.
Did you see what I put on the sheet there? That the clock saved on average about 26 minutes per game.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's significant. That's significant.
It's 100% a lot.
If games are now like. Pretty much every regular like 9-inning game was under 3 hours. That's huge.
Huge.
That's what the XFL is great. The XFL, the games just like fly by. There's like it's just fluid game, just flies by. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
I love that because you don't.
That's what like college basketball is.
Bro, you go to a baseball game, it ruins your entire day. You go to a 7 o'clock game, like you are taking the train, leaving at like 4:30. To get there, so you get, and then
I love going to a baseball game.
I love being at the game. I love being at the game, but when the game takes 4 hours, sometimes you're like, my day's gone. I'm getting home at 2 a.m.
Well, I plan on just whenever I go to a baseball game, that's all I'm planning on doing that day.
Yeah.
Like I don't plan on doing anything else. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna eat my hot dog, and I'm gonna drink my beer, and I'm gonna watch the game.
Now you might get a hot dog and miss 2 runs, but 2 innings.
Yeah, they have TVs everywhere.
Yeah. Baseball games, I think I think baseball games are the best thing to go to.
I just like the atmosphere. I just enjoy like being at the.
It just
ballpark.
feels and good weather. Before we move on. Today's show is brought to you by Barstool Sportsbook. Nobody cares about your bracket, and that's why you need to download the Barstool Sportsbook. Who really needs a bracket when you can just bet on all the action, and the Barstool Sportsbook is the best place to start. Now offering a $100 sign-up bonus for new users. Sign up today using code TORNY, then place a $10 more cash wager on any college basketball bet. Win or lose, receive $100 in bonus cash. 2 incredible rounds are in the book. There were some shocking upsets, and it should only get crazier. So make sure you sign up for an account. Get your $100 bonus, but we'll also have special bets and picks from me, Big Cat, Dave, Ev, Megan, and the Parlay Insurance, Underdog Insurance, and more. So download the Sportsbook account today. Use code TORNY. Unlock your $100 in bonus cash. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, a couple minutes. Let's actually do our picks right now, so we could, because there's not anything crazy. So,
well, I'm a loser, and I'll say I don't have any picks today because I don't want to be disingenuous and play.
I'd
picks.
rather that than just give it. I only give out picks when we bet them, and I think we all do.
I haven't bet anything today. I bet every pick that I put out. So I just want to let you guys.
I'd rather that than just giving out a pick to give a pick.
Are you sure you don't want me to put out like a huge bomb parlay and say that I took it and then not?
Ev, go.
Yeah, I'm on the Sixers -4. I'm on the Knicks -4.5. And Timberwolves was 5.5. I've been dabbling in NBA. It's actually been not going terrible.
Me too. That's the only reason why I'm betting.
I'm gonna keep kind of just looking at the board, doing a little research.
I'm just gonna tell you guys.
See what happens.
I'm on the GPS. The GPS, I believe, is going to be the GPS. The past 2 games,
it's been brutal. I take it. I usually take it.
25. 2 guys get 25. The next get 23 every time.
It's a great parlay.
It's a great parlay, but when the guy gets 23, it's like if he gets 15,
it's been like heartbreaking 23s.
Well, Mitchell the other night was
he had 18 in the first half and didn't get 25.
And then got 23 or 22. I got Knicks -4.5, Mavs +4. The parlay today is going to be Kyrie, Bridges, and Levine, so it'll be a little higher, which will be nice.
I like that.
I want to talk quickly about Lamar Jackson. So the Falcons came out today being like, or yesterday, whatever it was, being like, we know he's a top quarterback, blah, 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 but we do know that he's missed 5 to 6 games in both seasons in the past 2 seasons. Fair, but the Falcons just don't want to spend and pay him eventually. That's just what they're in a total rebuild. I think there's one team that he should go to right now. And what do you think it is?
Are you saying the Commanders?
Yeah, I think it's the Commanders. They have a ready defense. They have an offense that he can definitely play for. I don't know. I think they're the team that should be fucking doing it. No?
You have T said that he's had like someone over, like have like 40 hours just editing Lamar Jackson and Commander stuff, and he's just them.
He like basically is, and like Snyder's going to be out. Like he's been willing all this to happen, and
and it's working.
I understand the getting hurt thing. It's a quarterback that runs, but the man does throw the ball pretty well. Like he's
absolutely, he can
like
sling
people,
it.
They love to just say he's going to get hurt. Like technically any quarterback can get hurt any day.
Tua has like slushy for brains. I mean, what are we talking about?
And I also, one other thing I don't feel bad for, everyone's like, same draft class. Josh Allen's making 65 mil, has made 65, and Lamar's made 35. Two things with that. One, Josh Allen has been pretty.
He got his new contract already.
Got his new contract.
He got signing bonus, everything.
Two, agents are a thing for a reason, and I always love, if you don't want it, agents usually get you more money. That's just a fact, because their job is to do that. Your job's playing football. It's hard to do both. I'd
rather read Lamar tweets. They're great.
They are, and I love the Lamar tweets, and like going and being your own agent is amazing. I respect that, but it's very hard to do. It is.
I agree. I think he's making a mistake.
He's getting fucked over some money.
I think he was coming from a good place, but I think this is what's happening because of it. What's part of it, at least. It's a lot of things. I think another part is like the Deshaun Watson thing. I think the owners are kind of taking a stance. It's not like they're. I don't think they're like in lockstep. Like they all like have this like hush hush thing that they're not. No one's gonna sign him. But I think they just agree. Like Irsay basically said it out loud. That is like just setting a bad precedent for them to like they basically don't turn into the NBA.
Yeah.
Like don't like start giving everybody like all these guaranteed contracts. So I think it's that plus what Murray got. I think people are already like, what an awful 1 year in. They're like terrible contract.
Yep.
160 million guaranteed, like 250 total over like 5 years or something like that. I mean, I kind of have a feeling it's going to end up working out with the Ravens because I just don't think he's going to end up going anywhere else. Like I feel like that's kind of where we're at right now. Because I think the Commanders, as much as they are like the best team to do it, they're going through a sale right now, which is making it pretty difficult. For like, I don't know if they're selling the team, are they just gonna sign like maybe this huge quarterback signing?
Yeah.
So I mean,
I don't know. I with the guaranteed shit, it's like, I don't know. We can guarantee him some money. These guys are. We literally just saw DeMar Hamlin almost die. Like
essentially he did die on the field.
Yeah, like it's okay. I don't think we need to give full guaranteed money. I'm not saying that they're hurting for money, but we can give them because the football is the shortest career there is in sports.
Well, I think it goes two ways because it's like it's ass backwards in the sense of like the guys who deal with the most punishment, they're the ones that don't get guaranteed contracts.
Yep.
But I get from like the business perspective, it's like, oh, like that's why they don't.
Yeah.
It's like from like a kind of morality like weird thing. It's like they purposely that's what they talk about like all like MMA and stuff like the most like combat sports like in like football. You don't get the guaranteed contracts.
Yeah, like
baseball, like baseball, basketball, where they're definitely less strenuous on your body. You get guaranteed contracts.
So you got to go and get a bunch of insurance on your head and hands and feet and legs and like all these like
crazy.
I mean, sometimes it almost helps to like. My friend was in the NFL for literally just like preseasons of like 2 seasons, and 3 seasons. He tore like his hip, whatever. He had $300,000. That's great. I was like, you played 2 games in the preseason, got $300,000. I would tear my hip for $300,000, but I just think that what they did today too was they do preach player safety a lot, but now they're just saying that you might have to play 2 Thursday night games, and that like play from a Sunday to a Thursday is.
Well, no, they're saying you could get flexed.
Yeah, flex.
So you could potentially like not all of a sudden on Sunday just be like, Sunday night be like, yeah, your game's Thursday.
Yeah, which is just
you didn't know that. That's
really
crazy.
fucked
That's
up.
Crazy.
That's exactly
George Kittle spoke out. Even Patrick Mahomes did like a this emoji.
The Giants owner.
Mara did too. Like
he
that.
Kind of more spoke out. His was more like kind of honestly. He was more saying the fans.
Yeah.
Like he was. Like, you can't
I gotta be honest.
They matter. They do.
They matter, but
They
the
definitely
players matter before the fans because there's no fans.
No,
with
for
players.
sure. But also the players are the reason they make them, or the fans are the reason they make the money. So I understand I think it's both things that matter. Where you can't all of a sudden think about you spend all your money they're going to games are expensive.
100%.
Think about a family. He spends you're living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, one thing a year to do. You buy 4 tickets to the Giants game on Sunday. All of a sudden it's Thursday. You got work on Thursday.
Yeah, no,
all of a sudden the week of you spent $1,000 on 4 tickets for your family, and all of a sudden 4 days before the game you can't go.
No, I get that.
That part's fucked up too.
But it's both. That's the thing. There's not even a positive. The only positive is for these fucking owners and the TV deals they'll get for their Thursday night game, which is fucked up. We need them to give more money. You're right. That. I didn't even think about when it gets flexed. They're okay, well now I just can't go. Because they're oh, you could just go Thursday.
Think about team. They're you travel, you could take a flight.
Yeah.
You plan a whole thing around it, and all of a sudden 4 days before the trip, or
it just
6 days before the trip, it changes.
And then us as bettors too. That would fuck us too. It's how are we supposed to handicap that the right way?
It's just that I hate they're all about player safety. Their concussions. We care about these players, but let's just give them a 3-day notice that they have to play on Thursday.
Yeah.
That's you just can't do that. Do they know how?
By the way, Mar, you got to run a 5K in 3 days.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
How hard your body doesn't recover in 3 days after a football game usually. It's crazy. But that's
mine does.
Just it's just how fucking sports work now that it's a business. They all say it's not, but it's a very, very business where the owners will always prevail. All right, that's a show. Megan, are you here tomorrow or no?
I am here tomorrow.
All right, so me and Megan will be here tomorrow. We'll maybe I'll have Hubs or Tommy come on for
I think Smitty's back in tomorrow too.
And Smitty, all right, we'll get maybe Hubs or Tommy.
Opening day
tomorrow.
Opening day, boys.
Yankees play at 1.
Garrett Cole on the bump, is that correct?
Yes, it is. All right, well, that's a show. We'll see you guys tomorrow.